No, nobody's here, so I'm just going to go ahead and start talking, and then I'll post this to my channel. I don't really want to wait for people to arrive, but I just wanted to give you all a little bit of an update on what's been going on with me, just to let you know that I'm okay. I've been receiving a ton of messages asking if I'm okay because I haven't posted a video in a while. Many of you who follow me over on Instagram probably already realized that I had a camera storage issue, and I tried to remove storage so that I had space to post or to edit and post videos. But when I went to use my OTG, or on the go, uh, external hard drive to remove storage, it wouldn't work. It would say that my camera was not set up for that, and it's brand new, so it should be. So I've been struggling with it and struggling with it and struggling with it. I think I'm going to have to call Samsung directly and deal with them. I'm using my telephone, and my storage space is full. So anyway, that is the biggest reason that I have not posted anything for you guys, and I do apologize for that. But I also have had some health issues going on. You guys know I have a ton of health problems. So one thing, I was put on some medication for my migraines, and when I did that, within a couple of weeks, I went into this serious depression. I mean, serious depression. It was scary. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Heather. So anyway, I got so depressed that Pat was afraid to leave me alone. It was that scary. And I'm not the type of person to be suicidal, but I was like, okay, my world could end today, and I would have been fine with it because that's how depressed I was. And I think I put off grieving for so long. I had gone through so many things. I did not realize how much stress I had in my life. I went through losing my father in April. And then after I lost my father in April, I got that foot drop and I broke my ankle. Then I broke my foot 10 days later. And then I had my father's funeral and I had boots on my legs. And then after that, I had to have surgery on my right knee. And then I had my heart problem where I had my cardiac cath. And so all of those things happened. And on July 1st, I lost my precious dog, Diesel. And I really didn't have much time, I guess, in all of that to really grieve anything that was going on in my world. So I just kind of stuffed it all down, And then I also had my other responsibilities I had to deal with besides painting. I got into the pastel thing, and then I got real frustrated with my work on my pastels because it was so elementary in comparison to my painting that I just walked away from it. And then I decided to start knitting again. And when I started knitting again, I knit one sweater, then I knit two sweaters, then I knit three sweaters. Then I proceeded to ruin the second sweater. I accidentally put it on a spin cycle in my washer, which was a huge problem if any of you know wool, because it will felt, and it went down to about a size 4T. So I'm hoping one day to have a granddaughter so that I can cut up the center and put seams on it and turn it into a cute little coat for a small child. But it is heavy. It is so heavy, it's thick. And it was cashmere, wool, silk, and alpaca all mixed. And it was the softest, most precious, lovable sweater. I wore it 3 times, and then it felted. There's a picture of me floating around with me with the first sweater I made, which I still have, and I wish it was that one that felted and not the second one. Then I knit a third one with lace. This I knit, but this is old. And then now I'm working on a 4th sweater. So I've been doing a lot of knitting in the meantime instead of painting. And I apologize, you guys. I know that you've all been waiting for painting videos from me. And I want to get back to my sketching and my painting. And I missed all of fall. All of our leaves are practically down now. So you guys missed all my beautiful color. We had a very long fall and a beautiful Indian summer. But yeah, so that's over. And So here I am. This is the only way I can post a video to you guys right now, is to go live, because I don't have to use my phone storage in order to do it. So maybe my next painting video will be a live feed video, which I will store onto YouTube if it allows me to do that. I've never done live videos on YouTube before, so I probably have my phone tilted the wrong way, and I'm sorry if I'm coming up in landscape or portrait skinny mode instead of the wide mode. But yeah, so I'm going to call and try to get my camera fixed so that I can remove the storage. Some of you came up with some ideas for me, but I had already tried all of them, and I appreciate it. So now I'm down to calling the company to get the setting done. What happened was, there's a setting in your tethering, hotspot tethering area on your settings on your phone. And on mine, there's a spot that says USB tethering. And I have to have that clicked on in order for my USB connection to suck everything out of my phone into my external drive. Well, it says I don't have the capability to do that, which is a bunch of BS, because this is a brand new phone I got earlier this year when it came out. So it has the capability. Somebody screwed up when the settings were done in my phone. They did not set it correctly. So I'm not sure if I have to take my phone back and get a whole new phone, which means I'll probably lose all that storage. Oh, the thought of it. And then, anyway, that's the whole deal, you guys. And yes, my hair is darker. I decided to try to go back to my natural color, and I think they made it a little too dark. I don't think my natural color is that dark, but I had no idea I had brown hair, because growing up I had really blonde hair, then it went to strawberry blonde, then it was more auburn red. So I just dyed it that color to cover the gray, and now it's brown. So I'm just letting it go. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to be starting playing publicly with my harp. I can't post any videos of my harp playing because, again, I have no access to do that. I start next week. I'm playing in my church on a regular basis. So I've been practicing very hard with that, trying to get my my ability to improv and get music in real quick to work. So I've had to practice a lot of that and set up repertoire so that I can pull music to play when needed. And so that's a problem. And then I have Christmas to get ready for, all that Christmas music and everything. And so those are all my excuses. The biggest thing, though, was really the depression. That kind of just made me go down to nothing. So I just recently, I've been having a problem with dizziness, and also I fell and noticed I had numbness in the top of my left foot. Now, I had the foot drop in my right foot, as you guys remember, and then I had to have knee surgery to release that nerve behind my knee or beside my knee in order to get the movement back in my right foot, which worked great. It's working great. But now I'm getting it in my left foot. They're not sure if these are neurological problems that I have or what. I got fuzzies in my mouth. The other thing is the dizziness. My equilibrium has been off, and my gait has been very strange. So I was seeing a neurologist for my migraines, and she suggested to do some studies. She did a carotid study on my carotid arteries to make sure I didn't have any occlusions there, because I am getting old, and that was all clear. And then they did a brain MRI, and my brain MRI shows some deep white matter hyperintensities or lesions, and they could be from a number of things. I do have chronic migraines that are bad. I've had them since I was like 13, but usually when you have lesions from migraines, they're in the frontal lobe, and they're scattered but symmetrical, usually on both sides of the brain, I guess. Mine are very close to the ventricle in the center of the brain. I know a couple of you who watch my channel and follow me on Instagram have MS. And I was worked up for MS about 15 years ago and was treated for it for about a year. And then they decided, no, I didn't have MS. I have ankylosing spondylitis, which I do have. But now they're questioning again because these lesions are around my ventricles, which are more common with MS. But because I'm getting older, you can get lesions in your brain as you lose cognitive function as you age. They can start as early as 40 years old. And I'll be 61 next week. Is it next week? Oh my God, November 9th, whenever that is. And so my brain is aging, but I've had problems with memory, recall, and I've had problems with my gait. And so that could be the problem. So I have to see another doctor about that to get a follow-up. Also, in doing that MRI, I've had nose surgery before for sinus issues, polyps. That was done like 30 years ago. And my sinuses are bad. But, and I've had that chronic infection in my lungs, that Pseudomonas infection. Well, they noticed that I have inflammation or swelling in my mastoid bones inside my ears, and which is not good because if it gets to my inner ear, it can cause deafness. So I have to see a doctor for that to see if I have an infection in there that needs to be treated. So all those things have been going on in my world, plus my regular shit. Oh, I fell down. Oops, I'm not supposed to swear. I fell down again coming into my house, hit my hip really hard and screwed up my low back where I had surgery. I've also got numbness in both arms. And when I lay down at night, I can't use a pillow anymore because when I use a pillow, it forces my neck down slightly like this, no matter how flat the pillow or my position, and both arms fall asleep. If I get up, my right arm goes limp and falls. So I'm getting a pinch. They say it's at my C3 level of my spine, and I guess my surgeries, I thought, started at C3, but they start at C4 through C7. So now the one above it is likely going to need surgery. So that will be spinal surgery number 3 for me. And I'm not looking forward to that at all. You guys know how my struggles are with that whole thing and my PTSD and all of that. So yeah, so that's my world. That's what's been going on. Sorry to bore you guys with all of this, but hopefully I can get my phone back to working and I can get back to painting and I can post some videos for you because I'd really like to. I've got videos from my summer vacation that I wanted to edit and get up. All those painted boxes that I did, people have been asking about those. That's what I was editing when my phone just crashed. And then I have the art museum tour that I had on vacation that I wanted to post. Can't do that. I had an art hall, art studio video that I wanted to post because I got some new items. I got a new floor easel, which is beautiful, and my pastel box and all that. Can't post any of that. And a bunch of new watercolor paints. Can't post any of that. So I've got things piling up. I just haven't been able to edit them and get them out. And in order to load them into YouTube, they reload and take up more space in my phone before I can get them onto YouTube. So that's why they're stuck in there, you know. But anyway, I'm hoping I can save this video so that people who are working can come and see later. And I don't know, looks like I've got comments here and I have not looked at them. I'm sorry. Let's see. Barbara Beckman Art. Please tell me you're getting a new fur baby. Oh, Barbara. Gosh, that's the other thing. I've been looking for a new fur baby. I want to get a new Boston Terrier. It's a struggle because I'm missing my other one so bad, but I know that if I get one, that helps me through my grief. Being able to focus my love on a new dog helps me to spread that love I received from the previous one, you know. Pat's dragging his heels on it, and my sister and brother-in-law want us to go traveling with them in the spring over to Scotland and the UK. So all of my European friends, hello. Hopefully I'll be over there in the spring. And Pat's like, oh, well, we can't do that with a dog. I don't want to kennel a dog. I did that with other dogs and it screws up their heads. So, but then we were out the other night to dinner with a bunch of friends and my neighbors were like, we'll take care of your dog. Get a dog. And I hit Pat and I'm like, see, we can get a dog. So I'm hoping that we can get one. At first, we thought we'd wait until after winter because Michigan winters are pretty harsh, and getting a small dog with deep snow means that you have to snow blow trenches through your yard so that they can get around and walk and go to the bathroom and all of that. And going out in the middle of the night when your dog has to pee is a real bummer when it's 20 below zero and you're standing there in your bathrobe. So we thought we'd wait, but I don't think I can wait that long. So I've been talking to breeders. There's been a few breeders. I'm kind of picky because Boston Terriers have different looks. So I really want to get a Boston Terrier. I don't care about the markings, but their head shape and ears and their knees are really concerning to me. So I want a dog that has ears that stand up, not that are all small and twisted. And I want the dog to have a snout because some of the Boston Terriers have very flat faces. The more snout you have, the less likelihood that they'll have problems with their breathing or handling heat in the summer, overexertion, and that kind of thing. The flatter the face, the harder it is for them to control their body temperature. And then also the eyes, of course, if they're bulging, they can actually pop out of their sockets. I know that's kind of gross, but I have to look at all of that. So I've been looking at breeders, and there's breeders all over the country, but the breeders that I found are like a few states away. And I found a couple that are local, but right now they don't have dogs available. So there was one that I found that had what they call cream Bostons. They're getting into all these cutesy fashion Boston Terriers now. Instead of being black and white, they're red and white or fawn and white, or they're gray and white, which is blue and white. They call them blues, fawns, creams, which have barely any color, brown, and then the white is actually cream color, so it kind of blends. My husband doesn't like that. I would love to have another black and white one. I'm old school and I love black and white Bostons, but we just have to find the right dog, and it's been really hard. So if any of you guys hear of somebody who has Boston puppies that's near Michigan, that would be awesome. But so far, I have run out of luck with that. So that's my long answer on that one. Let's see. Why can't I get okay. So I guess that's it. There were only 3 of you that commented. So that's my whole deal. And I'm hoping to get a dog soon. I really, really want one. I spend so much time alone and it gets really lonely. And when I was going through that depression, I told Pat I have to have a dog, and he was seeing that. But then when I realized that it was medication that was causing my depression and I was bottoming out so fast, I was crying constantly. I couldn't even watch the news because I'd cry through the whole thing. And I hate watching the news anyway. But yeah, so I got over that. And so he was like, okay, put the dog on the back burner again. And I thought, shoot, I really want to get a dog. So that is my world, you guys. And again, I'm so sorry for not having a video ready to post for you guys, but I hope to have one very soon for you. And I hope I didn't screw this video up. We'll see. But anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon, I hope. Take care. How do I stop this? Oh, nice to see you, Linda. Thanks. I'm not stopping this. There we go.